Hi everybody, this is Graham with the weekly update for the Breathing Spaces project. It's a day late, I'm afraid, but never mind, we're here now. I'm actually at the Old Waterworks gallery in Prittlewell, and I'll give you a little talk around some of the things that are going on in this space and how potentially it could help take the Breathing Spaces project forward. Anyway, here goes. Okay, so as with pretty much everywhere else, the gallery space is actually closed to the public at the moment, and the various workshops that were coming up have been put on hold, but hopefully that will change in the not too far distant future. Warren, who's the director at the Waterworks, he's been very supportive of our projects with Breathing Spaces, and we've been talking about ways we might be able to take things forward using this space. So just to give a little bit of background, the Old Waterworks is kind of a gallery, artist space. They put on events, they do a lot around kind of printing and arts process and stuff like that. It houses the Girlzine Library, which is curated by Lou Williams, another local artist who's very involved with kind of putting together fanzines and stuff like that. So there's a lot of creativity that comes around this place. And that creativity, we wanted to kind of take it into the garden space as well. And so these containers that you can see were actually recycled from the Focal Point Gallery in the town centre. I don't know, some people may remember a couple of years ago there was an installation of edible vegetables in the Forum Square using these containers, and I guess if white people may have sort of think, what happens to these things once that particular exhibition or installation is finished? Well, in this case, the containers actually ended up here at the Waterworks. They just kind of sat around for a year or so, but then we thought it might be a nice idea to actually kind of restore them and make them useful again. And so we've basically made these containers out of recycled key kegs that beer is supplied in. Normally these key kegs are kind of thrown away or recycled, or they go into the waste stream somehow. But I managed to retrieve a lot of them from the West Road Tap micro pub that's interestingly at the other end of the road from Waterworks, the other end of West Road. And basically we've recycled those containers into, or those key kegs into plant containers. I've actually been doing a little bit of gardening here myself, socially distanced gardening, putting a couple of plants in, a couple of bean plants, a courgette plants that were kindly donated to me by a couple of allotment holders down at Springfield Drive. The other containers you can see there kind of need a bit of TLC at the moment. I haven't really, obviously because of the, we were going to be on this, sorting this space out over the last few weeks, but because of the lockdown and all that kind of stuff, people haven't really had a chance to kind of get working on these containers yet. But hopefully it's a potential project. When the lockdown starts to lift a little bit, we might be able to kind of adapt the project to incorporate some work on these containers. Another artist that works here, Gabriella Hurst, these are actually rose plants here, and Gabriella Hurst, she's doing work around old varieties of roses, in particular a variety called the Atom Bomb Rose that was grown in, I think it was Celebration at the time, in the late 1940s, early 50s, in celebration of the atom bomb and the dawning of the nuclear age and all that kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure, you didn't speak to her for the full story. But anyway, she's been propagating these rose varieties here, so they're all growing in containers, and they all seem to be flourishing despite the neglect they've been experiencing. And what more about key kegs? So basically taking those containers, we just collect them from the pubs, cut the bottoms off, turn them upside down, and you've got this instant container garden. And we've also used the same system, or this recycling of plastic key kegs. We've done that at Chiltern House as well. Some of the herb beds that we've got, or the herb containers we've got at Chiltern House, is exactly the same system. What else can I tell you? We've got these again in need of a bit of attention. We've got these bike stands that double up as planters. These were donated to us by Cycle Southend, and we were going to, I'm not quite sure what the origin of this structure was, but the plan is that that's going to be made into some kind of greenhouse or some kind of something. We're going to do something with it, but yeah, again, that's slightly on hold at the moment, but yeah. Okay, and as I say, Warren, who's the director here, he's very keen to gone out of focus. Warren, as I say, he's very keen to assist in any way he can with taking the project forward. Our project, the Breathing Spaces project. So it's a really nice example of that kind of partnership working, I think, where Breathing Spaces and South Essex Homes and Setch and the local arts community can all kind of collaborate and help each other out in these difficult times. Okay, it's just starting to rain now, so I'm thinking I better jump on my bike and cycle home and catch up with everybody again soon. Take care and stay safe, folks.